tidings. It's me, Dave Landau, and welcome to Normal World. I am still Dave Landau, and joining me is...
Quarter sick Garrett.
There you go.
I'll have you know, 20 seconds after you said that on the show yesterday, my mom called me. Was like, "Are you okay?" I was like, "Yeah."
Oh, that's how she found out?
Yeah.
Oh, that's sweet.
Sorry, I didn't tell you earlier.
We'll
Mom.
get sassy and think that we're having a riff and it's my fault. And I'm like, he didn't feel well.
Yeah, feel a
Man.
little under the
What
weather.
did it? It was your fault.
Well, I didn't make his food. I made the food.
He did. He did. Hey, Angela's over there.
up?
What's up, Angela?
What's up? Glad you're feeling better.
Thank you. Well,
Yeah.
I'm just feeling okay.
Well, that's good.
Good enough to be here.
Holding it
though.
together, you know. Hopefully, I don't vomit on the show.
If you
Although
do-
that could be fun, it would be not the first time. I've vomited
great.
on this show
You
before.
have vomited on the show.
Wait. Oh, the haggis?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, no, when he
No.
binged.
Next last resort.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
It was the
Okay.
hot dog.
That's right.
Yeah,
Okay.
it
You
was-
liked the haggis.
Yeah.
Yeah, the haggis
Freak.
wasn't too bad.
Okay.
Wasn't too
I'm
bad.
not a haggis fan. I know who loves haggis, though. And you can see him at the Comedy Zone at Harris Casino in Cherokee, North Carolina, August 7th through 11 and 14 through 18. Please welcome to the show, Derek Richards.
Haggis is disgusting. Haggis is absolutely awful.
It's fine.
You love it.
Haggis is the reason why all the Scottish people drink as much as they do.
Well, you don't know that, but you do know that.
It's in
You're
their
right.
genes. That's why.
Yes, it is.
Yes. And I will be at the Comedy House in Royal Oak, just so you know, Michigan, August 8th through 10. And then you can see me in Albany, August 16th. And then Hartford, Connecticut, August 17th. But enough ado about that. Joining me on the show as well today, joining us all.
All of us.
You can see him at the Schaumburg Improv in Illinois with the American Misfits Comedy Tour August 16th and 17th, as well as the Funny Bone in Des Moines, Iowa, August 23rd and 24th. Please welcome back Matt McClowry.
Salutations.
Good to have you back, sir.
It's great to be back as always.
I'm glad.
Haggis is the reason Scottish people drink so much.
Yes.
So that's their version of repression and shame.
Yes.
It's their version of White Castle.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Irish just get repression.
Yeah. The Irish just, no one tells us they love us.
Well, Irish. Speaking of beating women, last night at the Olympics, a woman who failed a test, I guess you would say, for having, how would you word this, Matt?
A dick?
Correct. A former former male boxer who's now a woman at the Olympics beat a woman in 46 seconds.
Wow.
Yeah. So this is
He doesn't even look like he's trying.
No.
That looks like the direct-to-video Joanna Man 2.
actually looks a bit like Colin Kaepernick.
That photo too is just
Does look like
aggressive.
Colin Kaepernick.
It's like Colin Kaepernick beat up Corey Feldman.
We love you, Corey.
That'd be cool, yeah.
It really does. It's like I
It's
like.
just sad. It's just like the aspirations of this woman. Her whole life is like focused on the Olympics. I'm gonna be the best boxer I can be. I'm gonna go up against the best competition. Oh, there's a dick.
But a dude beat her up for 46 seconds, so that's pretty good.
Oh well, that's a good consolation.
First 45 seconds, she was bitching at him.
Yeah. I mean, what did she say? Like, we didn't get to that part.
Yeah. Before we jump to conclusions as to why he beat the shit out of her so badly.
Well, and I've heard defense of this, though, where people say, like, well, she consented to the fight. What is she supposed to do? Because if she doesn't, she's called hateful and attacked. And so she basically, she has no choice but to go into the ring.
Get her face smashed in.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, they need like a transgender who only beats the shit out of other transgenders, like the transgender Dexter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what.
Yeah, that's a great idea. If
They
they had
had a separate like weight class,
if they had a
like
Olympics,
a dick class.
how popular would that be?
The transgender Olympics.
I'm sorry,
Which they should have. I think
That's
they
exactly what. That's the answer.
It is
That is the answer.
They should have a transgender Olympics where they compete with each other.
Yes.
Or woman to male could compete as well if they felt the need. But yeah, this is a strange thing, and this is it's something that a lot of people had some strong feelings on. For example, a lot of people tweeted about it. J.K. Rowling said, "Could any picture sum up our new men's rights movement better? The smirk of a male who knows he's protected by a misogynist sporting establishment, enjoying, distress of a woman he's punched in the head and whose life ambition he's just shattered." Jake Paul, he actually tweeted about this. He said, "This is sickening. This is a travesty. It doesn't matter what you believe. This is wrong and dangerous." Steven Seagal tweeted. He said, "I'd have gotten her down in 30 and given her an orgasm." So a lot of people had something to say, about this, and I think they're all right.
Yes. Yeah, all of them.
Steven Seagal, the most right of them.
Of course.
He
you wouldn't
usually
question
is.
Steven.
No.
No.
He's in law enforcement.
He is.
He
Oh,
isn't.
never.
No, he's a real martial artist.
He's a former everything.
He knows Kung Fu.
Yeah.
You guys heard the story about him shitting his pants, right?
Oh, no, but please
Yeah,
share.
he was choked
Yeah.
out.
Purpose, right?
Matt probably knows more about it than I do.
Yeah, he was choked out by a very famous wrestler and martial artist. Is it-
And
is
he
it
shit himself?
Okay, so
Gene LaBelle.
Gene LaBelle, yeah,
Gene
yeah.
LaBelle.
Yes, okay.
And so Gene LaBelle was saying, or Steven Seagal was saying on the set that like, there's no way like you can choke me out. You can't choke me out. I'll get you down. Blah blah blah. And then Gene LaBelle did it twice, and on the second time he shit his pants in front of everybody. The whole crew was like, "That happened," and
Did they
Steven
have to
Seagal still
pretend?
says it didn't happen.
Well,
But everybody was
saw
there,
it.
and everybody knew.
And everybody loved it because everybody
ever
thinks
saw it.
he's awful. Nobody's going to make me.
Well, you realize
Never
his
shit
whole
myself.
career is based on a dare.
Is it? Oh, it was.
What?
Yeah, it was on.
Steven Seagal's?
Two film producers bet each other that they couldn't make someone a movie star if they wanted to, and they said they had to pick out the most unlikable, uncharismatic, unphotogenic person to make into a movie star. And one of them took Aikido, and his instructor was Steven Seagal, and he went, "I know just the guy."
I've got the guy for you.
This was another version of Trading Places.
Yeah.
Yes.
Essentially.
Yeah, and he made a movie star because he's like, I know just the balding man with a ponytail.
And a
This
long duster.
40-something balding man who runs like a girl.
Yeah, can he act? Oh, he's been acting like he knows martial arts. I know that much.
We'll make him a star.
Yes.
That's the ticket.
Yeah, that's the ticket.
My
right
favorite
there.
thing is watching the older late period Seagal do the demonstrations in Russia, where all the other fighters just pinball off of him. Have you seen those?
Yes.
They're amazing.
I like his most recent films where, for some reason, on every single Amazon poster, he's holding a gun in an action movie. But if you watch the movie, it's just him sitting.
Oh my God. Yeah. And he's just like, have you seen him fight guys while he's sitting in a chair and he's like
yeah.
spinning around in like an office chair?
Yes. Yeah.
He
You know
can't
he's from
even get up.
Michigan?
Steven Seagal's from
Yeah.
Michigan. Where
I'll find out.
Oh,
I know he's
wow.
from Michigan.
Well, now he has to be on the
Lansing.
show.
is he from Lansing?
Yes.
Well,
Wow. Let's get him on the show. Steven, please.
Please.
oh my goodness, Steven, we plead as huge fans
Yes.
of all your work. I mean,
Every single one of them.
I celebrate every film.
His entire discography.
My favorite, probably Under Siege 2 on the train, but it's hard to say.
Wow. I love his Saturday Night Live episode.
Well, he was the best host.
Yes.
According to him. He'll tell you that.
That sketch where it's just him sexually harassing Victoria Jackson uncomfortably for 5 minutes. Yeah,
Let's get them both on. We can get her.
well, we could definitely get her.
Yeah.
Victoria.
Yeah.
For sure.
We can also get him maybe to play a Stratocaster poorly for a good hour. Let's maybe have that happen.
Yeah, right there. Musical performance.
Wouldn't you love that? And we could ask him questions. Like, how strong are you?
Yeah.
So strong.
And he's like, not the strongest.
How old is he
Does
now?
anybody have a chair?
He's like 60s, right?
Let's take
60s,
guesses and
70s?
I'll tell you.
About 70.
70?
I would assume he's 70 because
I'll say 71.
How many other 70 years?
above the law was
And
what,
can you bench press?
87?
He is 72.
Yeah, he's
72?
So I had it, 71.
Our
Close-ish.
Good
lady
on-
in the booth
good
is
on
like
you.
a Steven Seagal expert.
Good on you.
She's like giving me facts all the time.
Oh, she's got a computer.
72.
She knew right away.
He goes, I don't look a day over it with my widow's peak.
I'm never going to die.
But I somehow grew after I went bald. I taped on an Eddie Munster widow's peak. I'm Steven Seagal.
He's the worst.
I'll be sitting. I need to buy 2 seats.
His son looks so interesting too.
What?
Son? What does his son look like?
Well, his name is Kentaro.
Of
What?
course it is.
I'll pull up a picture. Hang on.
Did you date him?
And Taro.
No.
Sounds
I
like
feel like
somebody
you
did.
would have.
Yeah, I know.
You would have lived with him at a extended.
Yeah.
Taro.
An extended stay.
I only had 2 boyfriends that stayed at extended stays.
Oh,
There you go.
Where would
There's
I get that?
Kentaro.
Kentaro. Sounds like a Mortal Kombat character.
I bet he hates his dad. He's like, I hate you, Dad. It's like, no, you don't.
That's the face he makes right after he says, I hate you, Dad.
Yeah.
hate you.
No, you don't.
You're my offspring.
You love my loins. You came from them.
That's a look he makes after he sees his dad's latest film.
It's no. The look after that is just like, yeah.
Like, what are you doing?
Do people pay you for this?
Kentaro. Seagal.
I did like his TV show though, because it was just a bunch of people being arrested. Going, "Are you Steven Seagal?"
Yeah, imagine.
Yeah.
You just what?
What was his TV show?
He was a
was a
police
cop.
officer in
Steven
New
Seagal,
Orleans.
lawman.
Okay.
Yeah.
It wasn't even.
It's reality
It
shows.
was a reality show. It was cops, but he was one of the cops.
Yeah.
How the hell did I miss that?
Oh, it's
Well, dude,
wonderful.
it's good.
And he can't actually like arrest you or do anything because he's not really a police officer. So he's kind of just along for the ride.
He just bows at you.
So it's a ride-along program, but he
Yes.
But it's Steven Seagal dressed,
Steven Seagal
dressed as a cop.
dressed as a
I'm a
cop.
producer. I'm taking 2 characters, putting them together in my own show. Steven Seagal, Dog the Bounty Hunter,
Oh yeah.
together.
I would give
Buddy cop movie. Right.
I would
there.
give Steven Seagal a loaded gun and just
Just see what happens.
tell people to go at him. I'd be like, oh yeah,
can't.
he totally will. He's like, yeah, I don't
need the guns.
You get Steven Seagal and then Kevin James as Paul Blart, mall cop,
It'd be pretty good.
riding together.
I'd watch that movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think they might make it now that they've heard you say it.
I know, right?
They're desperate.
Idea's
an
blown.
A+ pitch in Hollywood.
It's very sad.
Well, speaking of races, Trump questioned Kamala's. Yesterday, Donald Trump sat down, which I don't know honestly why he did on this one, sat down for a 30-minute Q&A at the National Association of Black Journalists annual convention, where they touched on a number of key issues important to the black community. Notably absent from the speaking event was Kamala Harris. During the somewhat hostile interview, Trump was asked about suggesting Kamala was a DEI hire. Trump then asked the interviewer to define DEI, and she combatively told him what DEI stands for, but ultimately refused to give him a definition. Trump responded back.
Some of your own supporters, including Republicans on Capitol Hill, have labeled Vice President Kamala Harris, who is the first black and Asian American woman to serve as vice president and be on a major party ticket, as a DEI hire. Is that acceptable language to you? And will you tell those Republicans and those supporters to stop it?
How do you define DEI? Go ahead.
Brown,
How do you define
Diversity,
it?
equity, inclusion?
Okay, yeah, go ahead. Is that what your definition?
That is
Give me a
literally
definition
the words
then. Would you give me a definition
DEI.
of that? Give me a definition of
Sir,
that.
I'm asking you a
Oh,
question,
okay,
a very
yeah.
direct
Define
question.
it. Define it for me if you
I
would.
just defined it, sir. Do you believe that Vice President Kamala Harris is only on the ticket because she is a black woman?
Yeah, I
Well,
don't
can
think
say
that.
No,
Yes.
I think it's maybe a little bit different. So
I think it's just.
I've known her. a
Oh,
long
sorry,
time
everybody,
indirectly,
hold the
not
phone.
Directly, very much.
What?
I'm getting a call.
You're getting a call.
I'm getting a
Okay.
phone
Hold
call
up.
from
Of the
federal
Indian-
prison right
Pause
now.
this.
What?
Okay, answer first. See who it is.
Is that your dad?
Are we getting calls
for this call.
Hang on.
This call is from Joe.
Joe?
Joe?
Like Biden?
This call will be recorded and subject to monitoring at any time.
No, any Joes.
To accept this call, press 5. To block this call and all future calls, you may begin speaking now. Okay,
Hey, hello?
I'm here.
Hey,
What?
Joe. 1 second.
If you knew how long this line is to stand here for a phone, it's crazy.
Oh, God.
There's 300 people and 6 phones.
Oh, shit. Okay, hang on. Let me give
Who
you
cares
Dave.
about those people?
Joe Exotic.
We have Joe Exotic,
everybody.
Tiger King, everybody.
Wow.
Joe.
How you doing, Dave?
Hey, good. How about you, Joe? Thank you for calling.
Not too bad. I appreciate you giving me a voice and a platform.
It's our pleasure. We're all very big fans. We have several people in the room. We'd like to know, are you watching the presidential race? Because I know you were a candidate.
Yeah, I am. I'm very active in it. Yes, sir.
Were you hoping for a VP spot?
Were you hoping for a VP spot?
No, but I'm hoping for a cabinet position, though, because I want to be the director of the Federal Fish and Wildlife.
That actually makes sense.
That's a great idea.
Actually does make perfect sense. What do you think? Who is your favorite candidate right now? Other than yourself.
Okay, well, I have a huge announcement Monday to make. We have to get Trump in there because Harris is going to get killed. Okay, her and Biden's been in there for almost 4 years. How many? A couple hundred military bases worldwide have been attacked of ours, and we ain't done shit about it. We're in the middle of Ukraine. We're in the middle of Israel's bullshit. Russia, China, and Iran and ISIS and them will steamroll her. There's no way they're going to take her serious.
Yeah, a ton of people have steamrolled her.
Yeah, a lot of people have steamrolled her. And with this, we were just talking about this. With yesterday, she sat down and they were going across with her being a DEA hire. They're attacking her. They're saying she said she was Indian, saying she was black. I don't know who's around you on the phone. I don't want to get anybody hurt. But how do you feel like...
No, we're good.
Okay. Like, how do you feel like, do you think that she is somebody who's just there for that reason? Or do you think it's odd that Biden just all of a sudden stepped down and out of nowhere we're being forced to kind of believe that she was always the person for the job?
I don't think that she was always the person to run. I think he really wanted to do it himself. I think old age caught up with him a little faster than he thought it would. And I think the only reason that she is even picked to even run as the nominee is because she is black and she is a woman. And that look, above all else, it don't matter if you're shooting for the economy to straighten up, the world peace, or whatever. All they care about is that a black woman becomes president.
I think that's what a lot of people are trying to... Well, they're trying to make it look like that for sure. They want that to happen.
And then, Trump's got a lot right about it. She ain't even really black, okay? She's mixed. Okay, so, I'm German and Indian, so can I just go claim that I'm native and get me a roll card and free food?
Yeah, pretty much.
No, it
Yes.
doesn't work that way, okay? But what people out there aren't thinking about, okay, and let me tell you, in here, Trump has every black vote. There's not an inmate in here shooting for Harris or Biden.
Wait, you guys get to vote?
She spent half of her life putting black people in prison that couldn't afford to fight the fight.
That's what...
And Harris and Biden, and I'll never remember the night I saw them standing on that stage at the drive-in theater, in that parking lot during COVID, everybody honking their horn and flashing the lights, and they promised prison and justice reform. And they promised to fix what they did, and that was put so many people in prison during their war on drugs, and they ain't done nothing.
The war on drugs is a huge issue, and obviously Kamala's come under huge scrutiny for the number of people she's put in for just very harmless things like marijuana, places where it's become legal, especially in California, where it was medicinal even at the time, where people have done some serious sentences for it. How many people...
This call is from a federal prison.
How many what?
Oh, sorry. I didn't know if that was... Okay.
Yeah, it's going to do that 2 or 3 times.
Gotcha. Okay. How do you, like, with the inmates in there, is that their biggest issue is drug reform, or do they want prison reform more than anything?
Okay, look, we live like river rats, man. The mold, the broken down facilities, the electrical problems. We have 300 people and 6, 7, 8 toilets.
Oh, gosh.
And it's insane. It's just crazy. The food is pathetic. The medical care is pathetic. If people knew the truth, okay, and like I said on an earlier interview today too, we want to claim, and Biden, traded Victor Boot for Brittany Griner. Okay, wrongfully detained. She pled guilty. How can you be wrongfully detained when you plead guilty? Okay, but my complaint is every time you see Brittany Griner, Trevor Reed, or Paul Whelan on TV in the courtroom over in Russia, they're in their street clothes and they're not chained up. When you see an American citizen in a courtroom wearing an orange jumpsuit that 200 other people have worn before us, we have belly chains on, shackles on, and we're made to look guilty before we even get a chance to plead our case. And America is calling Russia the corrupt system with they have a 99% conviction rate and we have a 98% conviction rate. Bullshit, man. Half of the people, if I wouldn't have been put in this position, and this is, I thank God for giving me the voice and the platform to even live through this. Because when I get out of here, my goal is to testify in front of Congress about what really goes on in here. Because there's more drugs in here than there is in the whole city of Wynnewood, Oklahoma.
Oh, I don't.
I never saw heroin, fentanyl, K2, or Saboskin until I came to prison. And if you can't keep it out of a fenced-in prison, let these people go home. Because half of these people are in here for ghost dope, which means that they weren't even caught with dope. Because in the federal system, it only takes 2 people to lie about you and you're convicted. You don't have to have evidence. That's how I got here.
Yeah, that's interesting though, because like with the border wall, like let's say you put up a wall, like because you're fenced in. Do you think that would really help America at all? Like we're seeing with the amount of stuff that has been able to get into the prison just around you.
It's coming in the front door. Okay, it's $7,000 an ounce for meth. When it's only worth $100 on the street. You don't think that it's coming across the border? Look, the United States, everybody wants to complain about the border. The United States is circled by ocean and beach. How many other boats, planes, and drones are coming in not even close to the Mexican border?
Yeah, the largest fentanyl bust was recently in Detroit, which was the Canadian border, actually.
Right. So and look, and my last name's Maldonado. I married a Hispanic dude, and everybody in here, this is the closest to legalized human trafficking you'll ever see. If you're gonna arrest somebody for an ounce of meth or 3 grams of meth and give them 30 fucking years, why? So you can buy overpriced commissary that George Bush hasn't invested in, or work for Unicor for $5.25 a month. This is all wrong. And the best thing I've ever heard come out of Trump's mouth in a long time is if he becomes president, he's going to shut down the camps and the halfway houses and send everybody home. Because if you can qualify to go to a camp, go home and work and support your family. Quit making the taxpayers pay this bill.
Is that really what it is right now? Are you in a for-profit prison?
Oh, that's absolutely what it is. Okay, there's 1,500 of us, okay, and we're allowed to spend $360 a month on commissary, okay? So do the math. Just do 1,000 at $200. Let's don't even say 500 people even buy commissary, and 1,000 of them only spend 200 instead of 360, which is crazy because we max out every time. That's $250,000 a month on junk food.
That's insane.
Dude, the American public has no clue. And I have to admit, and I'm a big enough man to admit, when I was out in the free world, I had the same mentality that if you were in prison, you deserved to be here, until I got here and saw what was really going on.
Well, yeah, truthfully, a lot of the judicial system, the problem is it's designed to keep you in it. I imagine you're trying to appeal.
Hey, they keep you from making lawyer calls because they keep you from lawyer visits because nobody's here to answer a phone or an email. They're so short-staffed. Some of these people should have been home 8-10 months ago, and nobody's here to correctly do their paperwork and calculate their time. So they're trapped here. Hell, I've been 6 years trying to get a new trial, and you want to bitch about an election or something like that? Hell, you're in front of the Supreme Court in 2 months. You've already been through the direct appeals and everything else, and you're in front of the Supreme Court in 2 months. A tax-paying citizen that is trapped in the system, innocent. Hell, you're going to spend 6 to 10 years trying to get out of here.
Well, I think that's just up until the appeal too. Yeah. Have you what are you appealing on? Like, what's the main focus of your appeal?
I don't know if you've seen the videos of where they admitted to perjury on my website.
No, I haven't.
Okay, joeexoticofficial.com. There's an evidence link there that's got videos of everyone that testified against me admitting to perjury. And the hitman admitted that he made it all up. And he took my lawyers and a film crew under oath to the zoo and showed them where he hid a murder weapon in the woods that him and Jeff were going to kill me if they didn't get me put in prison.
This call is from a federal prison.
And I'm still here. Nobody cares. The judge don't care. The FBI don't care. The prosecutors don't care. So I have to wait till I get to the Denver Appellate Court to see if those 3 judges give a shit. And it's taken me 6 years. Monday is finally the deadline that we have all of the evidence to be filed. And then I got to sit here till probably Christmas before I get an answer.
Oh, and that's just to file is on Monday.
That's just to file it, yes, sir.
And
we finally got the judges to approve me filing it.
And you have notoriety, so I mean, do you think that you've been put in front of other people just based on that? Or I mean, I'm not saying that in a way of a privilege, but I'm just saying.
I don't believe that has anything to do with it. You know, the crazy part that you'll never believe is all of the child sex offenders and all of your transgenders get the fast track.
Oh no, we believe it. We just watched the Olympics.
Huh?
I said we believe it. We just watched the Olympics.
Oh, with that drag queen shit. Yeah, dude, it's crazy. It's crazy. And as an openly gay man, it makes me sick of what Biden and Harris has turned our country into with this LGB stuff. You know, they during Pride Month they turned the White House rainbow color. They had a drag show at the White House. That shit just doesn't belong there. Okay, it's no different than if Black Lives Matter wanted to put on a show at the White House, or Pakistan or Israel or anybody else. The American flag needs to fly above the White House, and everybody needs to respect the country that we live in.
Because
for everybody.
People would almost think that after seeing your show that you would be more pro that. Like pro.
Absolutely. No, see, they made the show look like that. But you know, if you watch my YouTube videos and stuff, I speak out very loud against underage kids having sex change medicine, sex operations. It's just not my circle.
Oh no, I just meant the LGBT movement itself.
No, I don't go to gay bars. I don't go to pride parades. I don't have any gay friends. I spent my life with tigers and animals and heterosexuals. I mean, look, most of my husbands were straight when I met them. But hey, this phone just gave us a 30-second warning, Dave.
Oh no!
Shut up.
Oh no!
Okay.
All right. Well, Joe, we're really big fans. We appreciate you taking the time, and I hope everything goes well for you on Monday.
Tell the world I said thanks for the support. I love everybody. Vote for Trump. We got to get him in there.
All right. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you, sir.
Bye.
Wow.
Ladies and gentlemen, Joe Exotic.
I love that the gay Florida tiger training country singer is the voice of reason.
Yeah,
I know, right?
Isn't that?
He's from Oklahoma, and he was an independent, and then libertarian, and then Democrat, and now he's on here saying vote for Trump.
He's like I don't go to gay bars. It's like, well, kind of, but
yeah, sort of.
He's in there watching the entire thing unfold,
right?
And it's upsetting someone in prison. But you also have to look at a prison population that is looking at Kamala Harris, and that wasn't even a question that I posed to him, and he's bringing up how pissed off they are that she's running.
It makes sense. Like she imprisoned so many people, like you were talking about, on drug possession, marijuana charges, and then when she's asked, "Do you smoke marijuana?" She's like, "Yeah, I did." That's not funny.
No, not at that time. I mean, yeah,
you're the reason people are in prison right now.
Yeah, you could at least.
Well, unless they were rioting, then you're the reason they got out.
Yeah, that's why I said, "Where can you believe that pedos get the fast track?" It's like, no, we believe it. We've seen it. It's all see it every
often.
day.
Way too much.
They get let out in 10 minutes.
I was reading he was brought up on charges of 17 federal charges of animal abuse.
Yes.
And then 2 charges of murder for hire.
Yes.
With Carol Baskin. So yeah.
That bitch.
Yeah. Huh?
Yeah. I'm hoping for a season 2, you know.
Which I didn't really care for Carol Baskin. Isn't she dead? If I remember correctly.
Her husband's dead.
Oh, her husband's dead. That's what it was.
Yeah.
I thought she did it though.
Yeah, everybody was. It definitely seems like she did it.
Yeah. I don't remember.
I like how he said nobody in here is giving Kamala their vote. I'm like, no, they're not, because they can't.
That's what Garrett said.
You guys are voting? Is that a thing? They just like roll up the ballot box into
I know, kind of one of those felony charges when you lose your right to vote.
It is interesting though that he brings up the fact that for $7,000 you get crystal meth in there, and the amount of drugs that just go into our prison system. It really is troubling. Like, a lot of people are in there for that reason, and then how many people are making money off of smuggling that right into the jail?
Well, and it's not like they're smuggling it up their butt and stuff. It's the guards.
Yeah.
It has to be. If there's that much in there, it has to be part of the system.
Of course.
You guys that show Mayor of Kingstown, don't you?
I have,
right?
Jeremy Renner, yeah. And that's, listen, that's not that far off base. Where you talk about the drugs coming in and out, going into prison to, feed the population. So yeah, that's not uncommon at all.
Feed the system.
No, I mean, he's terrible with a snowplow, but he's pretty good as the mayor.
Yes,
he's a hero. Okay,
he is. I'm glad he got better. Very few people survive that have millions of dollars.
Yeah, when it's you versus a snowplow, snowplow usually wins.
Yeah,
it happens
all day long.
Matt, you look thrilled.
I have nothing to add.
Can I get you a gun?
No.
He's just a floating head right there.
Look how sunk down he is.
In the chair.
I'm biding my time, waiting until I have something to contribute.
Oh, I'm
draw attention.
I don't know if you know, but
See, this is what he did to me yesterday, Matt.
Yeah,
I did nothing to you yesterday.
Yes, you did.
I did.
You do it in every episode. You project that, and I'm just like,
I don't project anything.
No, I'm just not talking because I don't have anything to say.
Funny how you were sitting, so I thought we could
okay, let's draw attention to that. Okay.
It's a little snippy today. You should know.
Isn't it? It's a little. I just was saying. I'm sorry.
You're okay. You're cool.
Okay, so birthing people.
Just move on.
Person who gave birth. I don't know. I think the prison does need reform, though.
Definitely.
I think the fact that pedos don't get life sentences, people who have certain drug charges do. There's so many things wrong with it. I mean, prison reform is just never anybody's top priority unless you're in prison.
Or no, like personally affected by it.
Yeah.
It's a tragic thing, the whole system, the recidivism of it, and just a big money maker.
How odd was it for you to be on the receiving end of a jail call, considering that your parents were on so many receiving ends of those calls?
That was a first.
You have a collect call from the Wayne County Jail.
Yes.
Hey, Dave, what's up? Hey, Dad.
Do you accept?
What's up?
I've had many of those in my day.
I do not accept.
No.
I've had them turned down. Of just nope.
Yeah, Dave. Yeah, you think you're fucked.
Oh no.
Imagine being Joe Exotic.
Oh no, there's levels. Well, there's. Well, can you imagine? Well, that's why you have this national story, and just the way the appeals, just the way any system like that works.
He was already in jail when the show was coming out, right?
Yeah, he was already in prison. Yeah.
Could you imagine that, where you're all watching TV and it's just like,
yeah, it's a nail biter for everybody but you.
Oh man.
Yeah, you and your husbands.
Hey, how does this end? Hang on, I'll tell you.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah. That's It was a fun show though.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it was a good thing.
Fun show. He got sentenced to 21 years.
It brought everybody together during the pandemic. It was it was lovely.
Yeah,
except for Joe, it was separating for Joe.
Yeah.
Sadly.
Yeah, that was waving the keys at a baby for the whole country.
It really was.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
You're not wrong.
they poisoned people.
Yeah.
Well, we shut
Destroyed
down
their
the
lives.
world for a cold.
Yes,
And now they're changing the language on birth certificates.
What?
yes, they are.
Yes.
For what now?
Like
They're
dead naming?
they're taking the term man and woman off and father and stuff.
No. Where is this specifically in
Massachusetts.
Of course.
Who even cares about Massachusetts? Come on.
I
It's
mean,
Boston, man.
Is it even real?
like, I love Boston, but yeah, I'd be careful.
I like the beans. That's it.
Yeah, Boston's, I don't know. Is it why? Okay, so Bill.
I'm more of a Toto guy.
See? There he's back.
like
He's back.
Kansas.
See?
he's
there
up
you
a little
go.
higher now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know why I troubled you. I apologize. I was
okay, bud.
I was waiting for those wins.
It's okay, buddy.
Bill H4750, which aims to promote legal parentage equality by removing gendered language from birth certificates, has just been passed by the Senate in Massachusetts. This bill will eliminate the word father on birth certificates and replace it with more inclusive language like and to recognize all Oh yeah, I forget. You can't do that
You
one.
can't say that on the internet.
That one is the actually
okay.
offensive one. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Oh.
I know. I forget it's the offensive one.
Dang it.
It's so funny when it's offensive, the one, though.
Yeah.
Okay.
It is.
Inclusive language to recognize all parents, regardless of gender identity, all in the name of legal parentage equality.
So it's not for
Is
the
it fair,
baby.
though, that I point out when I say that word, I'm deliberately meaning men?
I don't.
Does that make it better?
No,
It doesn't change
I
it.
think the word means deliberately men.
Huh?
Yeah.
Like
Doesn't it mean men?
Yeah.
I always thought it meant men.
Yeah.
I think at the time that the word became a thing, they were like lesbians weren't a thing yet. Like nobody would. I mean,
I don't think anybody.
Oh, they
calls
were.
pop culture.
lesbians.
I know they've always been a thing, but like at the time, it was just there was only gay
we get a
men.
It's a mean word, and I
on that?
should not use the mean word. I've been told.
It's not okay to say. Okay.
I'm sorry.
Did you watch Hillary
You
Duff?
can say whatever you want.
Look, let's just read. Look, the birth certificate would eliminate the word father, and the birth certificate would replace it with more inclusive language, like parents.
Good.
Regardless of gender identity, all in the name of legal parentage equality. Oh my God.
Replace mother with person who gave birth. Seriously? That's
Yeah.
Yes, because it my guess is 100% of the time it won't be the father.
They're talking about labeling women as egg carriers instead of women.
Oh, I've done that.
Yeah, that's what I call them.
If you've ever been to Massachusetts, they don't have any bigger fish to fry.
No, everything's pretty good there.
Yeah, there's no massive heroin problem.
No.
Not at all.
There's no crime.
No.
Homelessness.
No homelessness.
Road rage is
there.
pretty good. Yeah, there's nothing.
Yeah, equality. They've worked that all out.
That's good. Yeah. There's
Exactly. You drive through Boston and if you don't have road rage, you are you're the outlier.
You're in Boston. You ask someone what racism is, they're like, "What's that?"
They've never heard it.
No.
If you want to live in a place where you'll never hear an ethnic slur, just go to Southie. It's basically America's paradise for equality.
Post scarcity.
Yes.
Everything's figured out there.
Southie. That's the new Bridgerton on Netflix.
Yes. Yeah. They all get along. They believe that doing this is a step towards recognizing and validating diverse family structures and identities within the state.
Yeah, once again, writing a bill to cater to what percentage of the population?
Like not point.
Not
The
point
percentage.
Like
I know, right?
it's like nobody.
I know.
But I'm not in Massachusetts. I'm in Texas. All right. Live in Texas if you don't like that stuff.
Look,
Well, yeah, it's just indicative of a bigger.
It's their problem.
But it could move.
Yeah.
When it moves,
why do we have to do this pretend stuff? Even
Well, it's
when
also
you-
nonsense.
It's
It's
that's what I
nonsense.
mean. Like, even when you have to get a plane ticket, it's like, yeah, it's Mr. or Mrs. You don't have to do that, but it's like male or female. Like, you can't just write, like, I don't feel like telling you.
Well, you can now.
Can you
There is
now?
the option that's just like prefer not to answer.
say.
prefer
On a
not to
plane
say.
Oh, on a plane ticket? Yeah, you can go to certain airline websites.
Oh,
It'll
maybe
say
because
male.
mine's already filled out so far in advance.
I don't want
It'll
to
say
tell.
male, female, undecided, or uncommitted.
Undecided.
Yeah.
If you're undecided
that was
on
on
your
one-
gender, should you decide on a vacation?
Are you safe to be on a plane if you're undecided?
I think it's good. I think it's good to know that you can check either one of those boxes so that the pilot knows he's flying a lunatic.
Can you imagine going to dinner with somebody born a woman that is undecided on their gender and having them pick something off a fucking menu?
What are you implying?
I'm implying that you're a pain in the ass when you take a woman.
Oh
out
my
to
gosh,
eat.
you're the biggest pain in the ass.
That's not even true. It's not even true.
Okay, that's fair.
That's true.
But I'm not either.
You're not either. You're not. I didn't mean you.
Well, I take it all very
I
personally.
meant the women that
He meant your kind.
I meant the women that are born women who stay women.
Stay women.
Ah.
I meant the women who support bills like this.
The white
Can we
women.
call it a bill? That's gender specific.
It really is.
Yeah, we should call it.
Need like non-binary language for that.
We should call it a Phyllis.
Yeah. That's
It's still
That's
gender.
pretty. It's a female bill.
A Charlie.
Yeah, we should call it a
like
Chris.
phallus.
Call it a Chris.
A Chris is good. You're right, or a Jamie.
Or a Pat.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a Pat is good.
yeah.
That works.
Taylor.
Well, a Pat's pretty sexually aggressive.
I just love that Pat Julia Sweeney apologized for it,
Really?
and not just the movie.
It's like, why? The only thing you'll ever do.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm sorry that I played it. But the whole joke was she just looked like a man and a woman.
Yeah.
Julia Sweeney from SNL who played the androgynous Pat.
Of course. Why would it matter now? Oh, right, because everything's a problem that you did 20 years ago.
Everything's
apologize.
stupid.
Well, it's the same people that were like, back in the slave days, I would have. It's like you would have done nothing.
You would have probably died.
Yeah, it would have been
You
exactly.
weren't rich enough to own
Yes,
slaves.
you would not have owned slaves in the first place.
Right. You wouldn't have done jack
No.
because it was just what happened back then. You're not a hero because you think you can think you now what you would do in hindsight. Sorry.
That's why we need to invent time machines so we can send every person back in time that says that.
Yeah.
So you could do.
You should send them back and then also make them do what they said they did.
Yeah.
Like, you see that plantation owner?
Go tell him what you said.
Yeah, go tell him how you feel like he
you
should
really
have
feel.
his stuff.
Yeah.
This'll play
Giving you a
out well.
platform. Go ahead.
Yeah, go tell Hitler your little opinion there.
Hitler's just sitting there shaking.
It looks like he's easy to get to. That's why everybody says baby Hitler,
Yeah.
because that would be easy to smolder.
I would go back in time and not get baby Hitler, get painter Hitler because he's distracted.
Oh, that's true. You could get painted. And then you could paint his paintings with his brains.
Yeah.
That's the way you get Hitler.
Yeah, you do.
Call it his red face.
Well, I want to thank everybody for tuning in today. And right now, we're going to the end of the world. In honor of Joe Exotic, and I wanted to ask Joe Exotic, but he had to get off the phone because of the law.
Dang it. Freaking law.
And now, if you could have a zoo of celebrities, who would be a celebrity at your zoo?
Ooh. Can I have two?
You can have two.
Will Smith and his wife.
Oh.
Yeah. I
Jada.
put them both in
To
there.
get them to mate?
Put Jada in there with him. Almost the whole family if I could. If I could get the whole
I
family.
like it.
Because they're very
Okay.
animalistic.
That's nice.
Yeah. Very primal. Yeah.
Yeah.
Angela, who would be in your...
Definitely Gary Busey.
Oh.
Endless
Well
Entertainment.
played.
DJ
Yes.
Khaled. Endless I think he has brain damage. Legitimately. Or he's trolling. I don't know. But
Probably.
one of them. And Jeff Goldblum. Also endlessly fascinating to just
Yes.
observe.
Okay, I like that.
Yes.
Derek,
I go with Nick Nolte and Morgan Freeman.
I like that.
Yeah.
Two separate cages or one?
Oh, one cage.
You could have a Nick Cage.
See, that was my answer.
Oh, sorry.
See, mine was Nick Cage in a cage.
Yes.
That's good.
It's very important.
He would have been the star animal too. You know how every zoo has a star animal?
The last
Yeah,
one would be the
take a
Nick
direction.
Cage. So I guess Matt's got to come up with the final here.
I'd have the original lineup of Kiss. I'd point and laugh at Ace and Peter. I'd have Gene there to charge too much for tickets. And I'd have Paul there to talk shit about the other three.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
Well played.
Yeah.
Nobody's going to top that. Thank you, Matt.
I loved when your son confessed how much he hated seeing them in concert after he loved them.
Oh, I did a show. I did a show in when we were in Omaha,
Yeah.
the morning show, and the one guy's a diehard fan of Kiss. And I really enjoyed telling him the story of how much my son hated every
Beautiful.
second of
Something of
that.
beauty.
It's like, it was that bad? I'm like,
Couldn't contain it any
you
longer.
couldn't contain it. My son let
He
it out.
felt so bad.
Yeah, he's like, I just get How they sucked. They sucked. I thought he thought he was breaking my heart.
Oh, thank God, son! I'm so proud of you.
Sorry, Dad. I'm sorry, Dad.
I'm sorry. Yeah, he was so, and we just realized, no, son, we both thought it was shit together. That's what's important. Have those memories with your family when you spend $500 a ticket to watch Paul Stanley dance around like a wine mom at a Christmas party. Anyway, this has been normal.
Christmas party.
What's yours?
Oh, mine was Nick Cage in a cage.
Yeah.
I knew I wasn't going to beat yours.
Okay.
You're the pop culture king.
Oh, thank you.
All right. Thank you and good night.
See you guys next week.